Hi guys, ImPacT here, and today I'm bringing you the Walking Dead review for the season finale, or the season finale of season 6. I was meant to say that a different way, but this is my second time recording this video. Hopefully this actually works this time. If you follow my Twitter, you would know that last night I did try doing it. By last night, I mean Tuesday night. I tried doing it, but it just wouldn't render. It rendered. So if you upload from Xbox One, it renders the video, then it uploads the video they've just commentated to the uploads, and then from the uploads, that's how you get it onto YouTube. It just wouldn't upload to uploads. Tried it 3 times, it wouldn't work. So I left it, doing it today. I left it a bit late today, but not as late as I left it yesterday. So we'll get into it. Right. We start off with plenty of people getting into the RV. Well, by starting off, I mean this is the first thing I can actually remember. People getting into the RV in Alexandria to go to the hilltop to get Maggie, who is sick, some medical attention for her baby. The people who get on, that I can remember, is Rick, Carl, obviously Maggie being sick, Eugene, Abraham, Aaron, and Sasha. But before that, Carl actually locks Enid in a closet, and that actually works out very, very well for later on in the episode. You'll know it, what happens anyway if you're here for a review. So, yeah. Rick leaves. I still can't remember his name, but the priest in charge. I keep forgetting his name. I even said this yesterday, when I tried to do this commentary. I just can't remember his name whatsoever. Anyway, he is in charge of Alexandria right now, trying to get to the hilltop. They trying to use plenty of routes getting there. The first route is blocked off by the Saviours, who are actually beating the crap out of someone, which we see later on in one of the other routes, which I'll get into when we get to that route. Route 2 is also blocked up by other Saviours. Route 3, again, and the third route is also blocked by Saviours, and the fourth route is blocked by logs. There's a load of logs in the road that prevents them obviously moving. And then they hear a chain and a massive noise. It's the person who's getting beaten the crap out of. He gets hung by a chain from a motorway. Obviously he dies because he's been hung. So yeah, that happens. And the logs, from the point of view, we can actually see the logs in the background after everyone's turned around. You can see a little fire. The Saviours started to fire on the other side of the logs because that's where they were. They said, don't worry, you'll get to where you're going. And that's in daytime still. It skips over to the night of the day. The night of the... One night of the day, I mean night of that particular cycle of day. Not as in opposite little times. But yeah, the night, it goes to a forest. They're in a forest. They leave Eugene by himself with the RV, trying to distract them, thinking they're going somewhere else. And the rest of them are holding Maggie and protecting her to get to the hilltop on foot. That doesn't work for very long. They start to hear whistling, which gets constant. So Rick screams go, and they run, and then they run straight into all of the Saviours they saw on all the previous routes. And yeah, no escape, because they're literally all of them. There's so many of them circling them. So that happens. I will also get into the next bit, into the next segment of the video, so I'll be back in a minute. Right, we are back into the second segment of the video. Right, anyway, we'll get back straight into it now. The RV, you can see lights turn on so they know they've been trapped, and then it skips to a different angle, and you can see the RV where Eugene is, or Eugene is trapped. So that's not a good start whatsoever. So we already know the RV's there, and Eugene will be there. They're all told to kneel down by a character what is portrayed by the look of Trevor, I think his name is, from GTA 5. So yeah, they're all told to kneel down, like everyone, Rick, Sasha, Carl, everyone, they all lay down, they all kneel down. Same with Eugene, he gets put in line. And then, what's his name? What is his name? Dwight appears out of nowhere with Daryl's crossbow again, because he's robbed it back from him. and opened a little carriage. So I think it was a carriage. It's probably just a van. Lets them out, and they all have to kneel down. By they, I mean Glenn, Daryl, Rosita, and who's the other one with him? Michonne. That's it. Daryl obviously being alive still, but he did get shot, and he's awake at this particular time as well. So that helps. He's awake, but not really, because we'll get into some predictions at the end, which I did in the other video as well, which didn't work so well. Negan and Lucille are introduced. Negan is obviously the biggest threat they've ever had, or will ever have, and Lucille is his baseball bat wrapped in barbed wire. If you've seen the comics or read the comics, I haven't. I just know a fair amount of it due to friends and all that. He starts to have a massive conversation with Rick while they're all kneeling down, and he has to say he's gonna kill one person because he wants their group to work for the Saviors, and he doesn't want to get betrayed by him, so he's gonna kill one person to set the bar higher so no one would do anything stupid not to kill the rest, because he wants them to work for him. If they're dead, they can't work for him. It's pretty much what he says. So he's doing it to set an example, and it goes to a point of view from one of the characters. Like he said he can't choose, and then he goes like pretty much a version of Ip Dip Do if you're English back in the day. There's about 15 characters or something lined up, and he's just going round them all. And it ends up you don't know who's dying. It goes to a cameraman view, and we'll be back in the next game pretty much. I'll see you in a minute. Right, we are back in game 2, and I'll get back into it. It switches to a cameraman view where Negan hits the head of the cameraman, which is very good at a view, and the head, what looked like to be the head, which is just the camera actually pointing down, obviously the bat hits him on the head, so he looks down, or she, don't know who it is. They look down, the capture looks down, and then when he looks back up, Negan shouts, taking it like a champ, and then you see blood drip down from his head. I don't know why I keep saying his, because we literally have no clue who it is. It's a cliffhanger, which I'll get into in a minute. He hits you twice. Negan hits twice on the head, then it blacks out, and he keeps continuing to hit. And then that's the cliffhanger. Right, the cliffhanger is a bit of a bugger because we've got to wait. I think I saw something on like Facebook the other day from a really fangirl page, pretty much. Someone like, I say fangirl because it's a girl who owns the page, or it's the admin of the page, and she's literally obsessed with it. I think it says like 187 days from now till the actual premiere starts or something like that. So I think it's a bit absurd, really. A bit of a distance away. It doesn't seem like that long, but it is. And all this speculation of who's gonna die. Right, we'll get into some stuff there, including in season 7. Like the premiere of season 7 will hold the whole death scene. What happens to Maggie will be held in there. And there was something else that I can't actually remember what's gonna happen in season 7. And there's something else which I will get into now, that in the comics, if you haven't read them, if you have, you'll know that Cole, I can never say his name, I'm English. Carl, there we go, that's the best I'll probably say it, and Negan have a relationship. I don't know if I'm guaranteeing it's not a love relationship, but I've not read the comics, so I don't know what kind of relationship it is. But so that's going to be portrayed into the show as well, so that's good news for the comic fans, I suppose. And I did see a really good post on Facebook earlier, which is not the case, but it is really good. It said Daryl's not dead, because if it was him, the cameraman angle would have seen hair on it instead of just the blood, which I thought that was actually quite a good interpretation. They're not going to think of it that way. What I think has happened is that they don't know who they're going to kill off, so they've just left it on a cliffhanger, which is actually annoying, but decent, I suppose. Because in a couple of months we'll all forget about it, or the majority of us will. And then when it gets close, we'll all start thinking about it again, getting the predictions back in. But that's what happens, really, isn't it? Predictions, I did say in my last Walking Dead review that I do think Daryl's gonna die. It'll be sad to see him go, but it. I don't think he should die because it's not even in the comic books, and he's a really good character in the show, to be honest. But they're gonna have to kill him off one day unless they actually survive it. And I doubt they're gonna make everyone survive to the end. By that I mean like the Georgia 5. Skip segments there, but the Georgia 5, so Rick, Carol, Carl, Daryl and Glenn. They can't make all of them survive. Which comes again to the whole of season 7, who I think is going to die in the whole of that season. So, that's already said. I think Daryl's going to die. I don't think Carol will die as well. She's not really contributing. I didn't mind her character in season 5 because she was actually helping the team. But I really don't enjoy her character so much anymore. Alexandria's just messed her around. She needs to go back outside to reach her full potential, so that's what she's done. She's left the group. She's going to be reaching her full potential. Talking of that, I forgot to mention what happens in the episode between Morgan and Carol. Morgan tracks her down. She's a bit weak because she's been injured. Morgan helps her, and then when Morgan goes to do something, she ends up running away. She gets attacked, gets shot in the arm and in the leg. I'm saying this quick because the video is almost over. And then Morgan shoots the guy who she was shooting her, who was about to kill her, but Morgan saved her again. And which is good news, I suppose, because she's not a bad character, but she is turning to be a bad character. Cause it's a bit boring character of now, as of now. So yeah, and then 2 more people are introduced. By 2 more, I just mean 2 figures. One of them talks, the other one's in the background on a horse. Morgan finds the other guy's horse, and they join forces to help Carol, pretty much. So Carol will be helped in season 7, I'm hoping. But other people who's gonna die out: Eugene, Abraham, pretty much the majority of the Alexandrians. Probably a few more, but I'm not going to say too many death predictions because that's just a lie. As I said, so they're all going to die. Obviously, that's not the case. Could potentially be, but anyway, that's going to be the end of the video. In the description will be a link to my Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. I don't use Facebook as much as Twitch. By that I mean I barely use Facebook, so Twitter is the place to be. Gamer Tug will also be there, and if you did enjoy this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video later today. Arsenal predictions. See you there.